Okay, so today I'm going to show you guys my favorite indicator, and it's only one indicator that I love. I use two indicators, but this is the only one I would recommend for you guys to use. This one is because it's a work smarter, not harder. So very simple, straightforward, quick video. The one I use is the opens, and I'll show you guys exactly which one it is. The daily, weekly, monthly, yearly opens right here. Let's remove one of them to show you guys. I want to say, who's it by? Let's double check. By SBTNS. This is my favorite. Now, the reason is because it's so simple. These opens, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly open, act as support and resistance, right? If we're bullish on the structure, then it's going to come back and retest it as a support system. It should act support system, right? The open. So I'll show you guys how I caught that today into buys for XPX and NQ. So today we had a nasty pump off the open, and then we had a nasty sell off around 9 a.m. Right? Let me double check. Around 9 a.m. we had a nasty sell off, right? So I don't just use the indicator strictly. Oh, it's gonna bounce from here. Let me take. No, I use other pieces of confluence. So I'm gonna show you guys how I took this trade, why I took this trade. So I took this trade using NQ and ES, using the opens and using my 4-step strategy and using the fibs, which is within my 4-step strategy, right? So step one for me on the larger time frame, right? On the larger time frame, we broke above the highs here for continuation, right? If we go into the smaller time frame on the 30-minute, we wanted to see the 30-minute hold the order block here, and then we wanted to see a retracement on NQ, right? A retracement back into the hourly premium and into the daily open. At that point was a daily open here and the weekly open. So once we retested the hourly premium and we bounce off the daily open, if you guys look at ES as well, ES came down into the 50%. Now, it doesn't mean it had to come down to the daily open or weekly open, but it came down into the hourly 50%, and this hourly imbalance is already holding, right? But what convinced me even more into buys here was ES holding the 30-minute low here. This is my up move and then my last down move that caused a break above the high for continuation. It came down all the way down to retest the 1 hour 50%, right? Retesting the 1 hour 50%, filling the whole hourly imbalance and holding the 30-minute low. This was my conviction to ride it into 7500 psych level, which here I'm looking for rejection if we get a shift down a larger time frame. But very simple. The indicator is the daily, weekly, monthly open. Like I said, I use it as another piece of confluence. If you guys look where we bounced off of, it wasn't just random. We bounced off the weekly and daily open. You know, what a coincidence, right? No, that was the open. So it came back down to retest where we opened off at and then continue higher, right? So that is why I took those buys, strictly just using the indicator, using the 4 steps, simple as that. So if I'm going to give you, one of the biggest tip, I would say use these opens as support and resistance. I can show you guys another example real quick. Let's see. You can see here, for instance, we're chopping around. It was using the daily open as support. It broke, right? It broke the daily open. So now what did it use it as? Resistance, right? Like I said, you're going to use these opens as support and resistance depending on the market structure. If we're bullish or bearish, you can expect it to bounce or reject depending on, what you're looking at. Let's go see. Okay, let's go look at QQQ as well. Show you another example. Possibly it held the daily but open. I don't even know. So let's go look at the 15-minute. So we knew the 15-minute came down, retested, held the 15-minute low, a little sell to buy, which is the W. Boom, boom, boom. Continue higher. So once it came back above the daily open, it used it as resistance, right? But then once you use it as support, it broke above, came back to retest the gap, the 4 steps, right? Boom, that was support here. Let's look at SPY. See if SPY did the same thing with that indicator. Same thing here, right? Came back to retest the 15-minute premium, the 4 steps. Step 1, break. Step 2, order block imbalance. Step 3, right, fibs. This is your entry at the premium. And then what did it come do? Wow, look at that. It broke above the daily open, held the support, held the support, held the support. I can't make this up. It's right in front of your face. So if one indicator I'm going to recommend is to use the daily open, the weekly open, the monthly open. It's called opens by SBT. You guys saw in the beginning. But yeah, I would recommend that indicator. And that's all you need if I'm being honest. Okay.